Pizzaverse Spirit of Halloween Drama Kings costume line. Step right up, Piscenes and Ghouls, to the Pizzaverse Spirit of Halloween exclusive collection. The only costume line where you don't gotta dress up like Dracula to scare the neighborhood. You just gotta look like these mugs. First up, Tommy Stigs. He comes with the Adidas track jacket, the Invicto watch that won't quit ticking, and enough back-in-the-day stories to put your whole block to sleep. Oh, and don't forget the rubber duck, because apparently, why not? Next, the Endu. Yeah, this one's a gem. You get the I'm done button, big and shiny, so he can slam it every time someone asks him to do something. Comes complete with Union card prop and his trusty stuffed pit bull, Vito, who's the only one in the crew with real bite. Then you got Alv. Candlelight? Check. Skeleton Raven? Check. Ghost stories nobody asked for? Double check. And just in case you need a prop, you get a law degree so you too can argue endlessly with strangers about nothing. Roll out the fire for CNO Evil 69. Flaming skull, leather jacket, and the legendary alibi shades. Comes with earplugs too, not for you but for everyone else who's tired of hearing him explain how he wasn't there when it happened. And of course you get the fire, because he's hotter than Tony Pizza's overdue rent notice. And finally, the Toddfather. Comes with the pizza knee brace, extra fake for authenticity, a slice of cardboard pepperoni pie, and more sob stories than a Hallmark Channel marathon. Wear this one, and everybody in the room's gonna know you ain't walking straight, but you sure as hell talk crooked. So don't waste time at Spirit buying a vampire cape. Get yourself a Pizzaverse exclusive costume. 'Cause nothing says Halloween like bad alibis, fake braces, ghost stories, and ducks named Vito. This October, the real monsters are on YouTube. Hey paisans, gather round, you're listening, 'cause you're about to enter the underworld of Toddfather's Pizza, where the crust's thinner than your alibi, and the cheese is stretchier than Uncle Frankie's stories at the table. We pile on enough toppings to make you think you're eating at a real joint, even if your cousin Vinny's basement is just a water-stain decorated box. Forget about it. Look at this beautiful thing. Yeah, this ain't your mama's sad frozen pizza. This is Toddfather's, a pizza you can't refuse. We got pepperoni so spicy it squeals when you bite it. We got sausage, bacon, onions. Hell, we even snuck in some garlic in case you got a hot date. You know, keeps the vampires and the cops away. Tastes so good you'll be whistling Dixie. Or maybe just praying you don't choke on all that molten cheese. And don't think we skimp on meat. We got so much protein you'll feel like you could bench press a Buick after one slice. It's like your nonna slapped her meatballs and love straight in there. Your pizza's here. Don't worry, I'm not gonna break your legs, unless you don't take the first bite right now. Toddfather's Pizza, the only pie you can't refuse. Capiche?
Tales from the Pizzaverse, Tommy Stigs Social Club, Wrenchgate. Let me set the stage, kid. It's a Friday night in Jersey, the kind where the air's heavy with cigar smoke, the sidewalks still damp from a drizzle, and the glow from the neon bar signs hits the wet pavement just right. Inside Tommy Stigs Social Club, the place is humming like a church on Easter Sunday. But instead of prayers, it's getting rummy, bullshit, and Sinatra floating out of a jukebox that should have been retired in the 80s. The walls are that dark wood paneling, the kind you can't tell if it's classy or just cheap veneer. The lights are low, the ashtrays are full, and the sound of ice clinking in glasses mixes with the laughter of wise guys, half-assed hustlers, and neighborhood regulars. The cast at the table. You got Johnny Cantillano sitting front and center, laughing before he even hears the punchline, glass of whiskey in her hand, the kind of laugh that makes everybody else start cracking up just to join him. Bambi Palermo, calm and collected, eyes like brown diamonds, watching every move at the table. She don't talk much unless she has to, but you can feel her presence, like she's 2 steps ahead of everyone else, waiting for the right time to drop something that shuts the whole room up. Donna's perched at the bar, red nails tapping her wine glass, giving that look like she's already fed up with all the testosterone in the room. She's quick with the sarcasm, sharper than a box cutter, and half the guys are scared of her tongue more than anybody's fists. Then you got Stony Tony, the human statue, cigarette hanging off his lip, eyes barely open, like he's 1 second from falling asleep, but somehow always knows what's going on. He don't say much, but when he does, everybody shuts up. Alv Anthony, though nobody calls him that unless they're a cop or a judge, he's leaning into the table, veins popping on his neck, arguing over card rules like the fate of the world depends on it. No, that's not a valid meld. Read the rules. I went to law school, all right? He slams his hand on the table like he's in a courtroom, and everybody groans. 'Cause here we go again. The rest of the crew's chilling, laughing, busting chops. The night's going smooth until the door creaks open. Enter the Toddfather. And in struts the Toddfather. Now let me tell you, this guy's got a reputation. Not for being tough, not for being clever. Nah, for one thing and one thing only. That goddamn wrench. He ain't got a drink in his hand. He ain't here to play cards. He ain't even got a joke lined up. Nah, he's clutching that beat-up wrench like it's the freaking Ark of the Covenant. Walks right into the middle of the club, holding it up high, puffing his chest like he just solved world hunger. This wrench, and he says, and already half the room groans, this ain't no ordinary tool. This is a legacy. My father's father's father turned bolts with this very steel. Donna rolls her eyes so hard you hear it. Johnny nearly spits his drink laughing. Alv mutters something about hearsay evidence. And Stony Tony just exhales smoke slow, mumbling, here we freaking go. But Toddfather don't care. He's preaching like a priest on Sunday, spinning stories about this wrench like it's a holy relic. He waves it around, almost knocks over a lamp, swearing it's got family history. And that's when the music stops. Tommy Stigs snaps. Behind the bar, Tommy Stigs, the man, the myth, the king of up your sister's ass, he slams his glass down so hard the ice jumps. The jukebox seems to cut out just for drama. The whole room freezes. Stiggs stands up slow, straightens his jacket. His eyes lock on that wrench like a hawk on a field mouse. He steps forward, voice low but sharp as a blade. Legacy? The only legacy that wrench has got is unpaid receipts at Pep Boys. Give me that thing, you gavone. The Toddfather gasps, clutching it to his chest. No, Tommy, this is sacred. Sacred? Stiggs spits, ripping it out of his hands faster than you can say gabagool. He spins it once in his hand, holds it up, and snarls. Up your sister's ass was sacred. The room erupts. Johnny's laughing so hard he nearly falls out of his chair. Donna's smirking, muttering, finally. Bambi leans back, eyes gleaming, enjoying the spectacle. Even Stony Tony cracks the ghost of a smile. Tommy Stiggs marches behind the bar, slaps a sticky note on the wrench, and writes in block letters. Confiscated, property of Stiggs.
Folks, you tired of stress? You tired of watching Tony Pizza tell the same fake wise guy story like a scratched record? Well, forget about it. Tommy Stiggs got the cure. Introducing Stiggs, the daily dose of sanity. flavor profile, fresh Jersey sarcasm, sprinkled with a lil wisdom, and topped with, I don't give a fuck. 100% organic, made from pure neighborhood gossip and black coffee. FDA approved? Nah, fella don't even approve his own credit card bill. Each serving of Stigs guarantees you a strong opinion, a side-eye glare, and a smart-ass comment about your uncle's cousin's bookie. Perfect for breakfast, with a buttered roll and a regular coffee. Heavy on the regular. Testimonials. Frankie from Bayonne. I sprinkled Stigs on my egg sandwich. Suddenly I don't tolerate no bullshit. Chi-Chi from Staten Island. 2 scoops of Stigs and my ex stopped calling. Miracle, I tell ya. So go ahead. Pick up a box of Stigs, available now at all fine bodegas, social clubs, and directly from the trunk of Willie's car. Limited time offer. Buy one, get a free, forget about it keychain. Stigs, don't just live life. Complain about it with class.
The tantrum. Now Toddfather, he don't take this well. His face goes beet red, his eyes bulging, arms flapping like he's trying to take flight. He's shouting, my wrench, my tool, my heirloom. And that's when Osada, poor bastard, decides he's seen enough. He shoots up out of his chair, mutters, oh, hell nah, I ain't sticking around for the wrench apocalypse, and bolts out the door so fast his sneakers squeal against the floor. The sound echoes down the street as he disappears into the night. Back inside, pandemonium. Alv's arguing with Toddfather like it's a court case. Technically, Stigs has custodial rights. This falls under the Up Your Sister's Ass Doctrine, Article 7. Donna's shouting, somebody shut both of these idiots up before I lose my mind. Johnny's wheezing, trying to breathe through his laughter. And Stony Tony, still smoking, still bored. He finally mutters, Todd, you're crying over a wrench. Be a man. Get a screwdriver like the rest of us. The finale. Tommy Stiggs steps back out from behind the bar, holding the wrench like a trophy. He points it at Toddfather, smirking calm as a Don in confession. The only wrenching you're doing tonight, Todd, is my patience. Now sit your ass down before I put this through your skull. Silence, then roaring laughter. Toddfather sulks into the corner, muttering about family history, while the rest of the club clinks glasses. By midnight, Stony Tony's hammered a crooked sign above the door that reads, no wrenches, no exceptions, by order of Stigs. And everybody raises a toast except Toddfather, who's still pouting in the shadows. The moral of the story. Listen, life's full of things you think are worth holding on to, but sometimes you just look like a clown clutching a rusty wrench. Let go of the junk, or someone like Tommy Stiggs is going to take it, and the whole room's going to laugh at you while Osada's halfway to Newark. And that, paisans, is another legendary night in the Pizzaverse, where Alv argues with ghosts, Donna don't have time for nonsense, Johnny laughs till his lungs give out, Stony Tony don't move for nothing, and Tommy Stiggs keeps order with an iron fist and a stolen wrench. Subscribe to Bambi's channel, smash that like, hit the bell, and remember, in the Pizzaverse, we always freaking win. Thanks for watching.